It was the 6th of June 2010 and we stepped on stage for the very first time, and we committed to change our lives and to help others to do the same. Look, we didn't know how we would do it back then, but we just knew that we would.
We told a story of how we wanted to have a life of more time, more freedom, and be able to work on our terms. Now, hi, we're Chris and Susan Beesley, and 11 years ago this month, as Susan said, it's the first time we went on stage, but it was the time when we became full-time online entrepreneurs. Because for the previous 20 odd years, we'd been accountants and management consultants, self-employed, working 10 to 12 hours a day, 6 to 7 days a week, like most self-employed people do. And working at the beck and call of our clients all of the time, you know. Even when we grabbed a short break on the ski slopes, you know, the old mobile phone would ring. I can't show it to you because I'm recording on it right now. You know, you're skiing down the slopes, and what happens is the old mobile is the worst thing ever invented for us at that point in time. But you know what? We'd left, because we were self-employed, and like most self-employed people, we'd left our retirement planning, if you like, until very late in life. You know, they always tell you to start early, but when you're self-employed, maybe you, like us, you go through a divorce as well. Not us, but previous divorces. You know, all of a sudden your money is, you've got so many other expenses to pay. Your money just flows out faster than it comes in. And it wasn't until we got to our early 50s we sat down and we said, well, okay, you know, retirement's on the horizon. And we thought about it and said, okay, what are we going to do? And at that point in time, you know, property was the big thing. You know, this huge boom in property worldwide. And we thought, well, that would be a great way to generate a pension fund and generate a passive income. And you know, we could be anywhere. It didn't really matter where we were in the world, and that was the goal. You know, because of our consultancy business, we were always working time for money, and we were always tied to the UK without permission from our clients to have a holiday.
They were our boss, really.
Exactly. It was no different to having a job, just slightly different. So really, our goal was to have time freedom, and you know, we'd always spoken about our retirement. We were going to travel the world, and we were going to do this, and we were going to do that. We were going to have some fantastic experiences, you know, go to those places you only ever see in magazines or on videos or on the TV.
Oh, it was going to be so exciting.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden you find, okay, I've got to start putting some money aside for this. Now, as I said, we started in our early 50s. We went to learn how to invest in property properly, because we knew there were pitfalls. And so what we did was we went on a course. We went on I think it was a 3-day full-time course, and we learned how to do it. And then off we went and we invested in property. So 2005, I think we had 3 or 4 properties, and everything was going great. And we thought, oh, this is really going to work well. It's going to give us a great income for our retirement, whenever that was going to be. But of course, then 2008 came along, and worldwide recession and subprime and all that stuff, and our property portfolio just near enough collapsed, and it was going to be a millstone round our necks rather than the generous pension it was meant to be. And so we sort of, you know, stuck our heads in the sand for a little while, maybe just like you stick your head in the sand and you think, oh, it'll be all right. And you know, we told our friends and family, and that's exactly what our parents said to us. Just keep on doing what you're doing and it'll be all right.
You've got a good income, why do you want to do anything different?
But you know, when you think about it, if we'd have taken their advice, we'd still be doing management consulting today. We'd still be at the beck and call of our clients, and we'd still be doing time for money. And so we decided over the following year or so, 18 months, we started to look for alternatives. Now, it sort of started by accident because we were looking for information on an education on how how to help our clients get their businesses online.
Because very few were at that time.
Exactly.
They didn't even have websites, which was bizarre when you think about where we are today.
But that was the position. Now, during our research, we actually found that you could build a business online. There was a way that you could promote other people's products and earn commissions. And they were pretty good commissions at the same time. So we didn't know at the time, but it's nowadays known as affiliate marketing. And we thought, well, hang on, this might work for us. And we did some research and we found a young guy called Stuart. Now, he was 27 and we were mid-50s. We had kids older than him. But he'd done what we wanted to do. He'd been building an online business for a couple of years, saying he was pretty successful at it, and he knew exactly the steps we needed to take. And so that's the way we got started. We started to work with him. We bought a £3,000 product and he became our mentor, which was fantastic. And he told us, day 1 do this, day 2 do this, day 3 do this. And we just got on with it. Now, the thing about it is that we started part-time. And that's really, really important. And it's something we still teach today. You must start part-time so that you don't have financial worries. So in other words, you start when you've got other income coming in. And then as you build your business and you develop your income, get a bigger income, you can then switch to doing it full-time. We'd set ourselves a target of 6 months. And that was exactly what we said on stage that day, wasn't it?
Oh, it was. And that gave us the financial backing, if you like, to know that we could get on with building our business and have the income, like Chris said. And that's so important, because you don't want the worry of not being able to invest in your marketing, not being able to invest in the resources,
and not be able to pay the bills.
And not being able to pay your bills either, because that's a very sorry state to be in. And we would never encourage anyone to burn their boats in that way if they were thinking of starting an online business. We always say, just like Chris said, and just like Sharon Lecter, the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad with Robert Kiyosaki, says, start part-time, and when you've built up sufficient resources and income that it's actually surpassing your other income, then you can transition it into a full-time income. And that's where we are today, 11 years on as we're recording this.
We're still here.
And we're still here, and that's rare in this industry.
And I think, what we established was that we had a passion for teaching and training. And for us, it might not be the right thing for you, but for us, that's what we love to do. Because what it's enabled us to do is help thousands and thousands of people around the world to be able to do what we've done. And we've been traveling around the world. We've been teaching and training from stage. We've done our own private events. We've done virtual events. We've taught at other people's events. We've done amazing things, and we've met some amazing people and have some fantastic friends now, literally all around the globe. So when this pandemic disappears and they allow us
get
here
back on the road again,
they allow us back in the UK to get on a plane and go somewhere, then you can bet your bottom dollar that's what we'll be doing. So how did this come about? Why are we still here? So I think there's 3 things, isn't there?
Yeah.
3 reasons why we made, 4. The first one, let me just cover that one. The first one has got to be making a decision.
Yeah, absolutely. So many people that we know and who we talk to, because we always have a free call available for someone to chat through their thoughts and get our input into it to see if it's for them. We'll give you a link to that at the end, but that's the one thing. They want to make that decision, but they're just not sure if it's for them, and it's just stepping over that line. So that's the first thing that you have to do. The second is once you've decided to do that, then you have to commit, I'm going to say 100%, if not more, to actually do what you intended to do. Because if you don't have that strength of commitment, a reason why you're doing it, what you're doing it for, there will be days when things don't work out so well, and you need to have that sitting on your shoulder saying, you know why you did this? Come on, pull yourself up, get on with it, you can do it. The next one is another C, it is consistency. It's the same in anything you do. If you have a job and you want to progress your career, you have to be consistent in turning up for work every day and being seen to do the job that you're paid to do. In your own business, that consistency is exactly the same.
You know, when we were working part-time, because that's the hardest bit, is doing it part-time. You know, we were working our 10-12 hour day, but at 7 o'clock every night we had an appointment in our diary.
In this, we use this for our diary.
And it doesn't matter, or calendar if you're watching this in America.
Yes.
It didn't matter what else was going on. We were in the car and we were home at 7 o'clock. Because that was our time for building our business. It was the time we'd set aside. And Susan wouldn't go and cook the dinner, and I would start on our business, and then we'd sit down, have dinner, and then we'd both continue for a couple of hours. So we did a couple of hours every day. You know, we made sure we made it happen. We were consistent.
Yeah, and we committed to it as well. There was nothing going to get in the way. Even if a client said to us, well, can you stay a bit later? Can you finish this? It was, I'm really sorry, we have another commitment in our diary, our calendar, but we'll come back to that tomorrow. You have to be like that, because the internet has so many good things about it, but it is also the potential for huge distraction.
It's the biggest distraction in the world,
shiny
isn't it?
object syndrome abounds. You know, you can be sitting yourself down to perform a task, and then something pops up in your email or on social media, and you're, I wonder about that. Don't, because it's just going to lead you down a rabbit hole, and you have to be very firm with yourself. And then the last one, this is one we are huge on. Not just for ourselves, what we do today, but because of what it gave to us
And
11 years ago and still does. And that is?
Mentorship. You know, you have to find people or a person that you can work with. Somebody who's done what you want to do and are prepared to help and guide you. You know, they're not going to do it for you. They're going to work with you. And that is so important, because it gives you the step-by-step, the right path to follow. You're not going to make the mistakes that we've made or your mentors made. And so it gives you a faster journey, if you like. And it keeps you accountable. You know, it makes you think, I don't want to talk to him or her and tell them I haven't done it.
That was us too.
Well, that was us too. Sometimes, all right, stuff does get in the way, and you do have to say, yeah, I have.
Well, we have 5 kids to look after, so obviously.
You know, that's the sort of stuff that happens. It still happens to us today. We have a virtual personal trainer, and we're supposed to do training 5 days a week, but sometimes it, you know, stuff gets in the way. And so you still feel, oh, I've got to tell him. So the accountability is really important. So they're the 4 things. Firstly, make a decision, then commit to whatever it is you're going to do, be consistent, and work with a mentor. Really, really important. So I think we've come to the end of this celebration, if you like,
it
of
is
11 years.
We should have had a cocktails to celebrate, shouldn't we?
Yeah, of 11 years online. And, you know, we remember back to the time, 6th of June 2010, when we stepped on stage for the very first time in front of, I think it was about 250 people. Was it scary? Yeah, absolutely, yes. It was scary. Do we love it now? Yeah, absolutely we love it. The bigger the audience, the better. And so all we would say to you is, you know, if you're watching this video, you may have already started your online business. You may be thinking about it. You may be looking at your retirement. and saying, what do I really want to do? What do I really want to do? You know, and for us, you know, retirement, traditional retirement, have got it all back to front. You know, there should be 3 questions about you for your retirement, and I might be going a little bit off track here, but never mind. You know, the first one is, what do you want to do in your retirement? The second one is, where do you want to do it? And then the third one is, how can I make it happen? And that's what we did 11 years ago. We made a decision to make it happen, and we found that for us, building an online business would create that income and give us the freedom. So, you know, you've got your own dreams, you've got your own reasons why you want to do stuff, and all we say is make a decision to move forward.
Exactly, and the one thing that our mentor offered us that is so key to this, he was available to talk to, and we were able to book a call with him, go through what we wanted to do, see if what he was offering was a solution to the problem that we were experiencing and the kind of business we wanted to start, and then he gave us the guidance to pursue it. And that's what we want to do for you. We want to offer that to you. So below this video, or somewhere around this video, or in the post where we put this, you're going to find a link, and that's a link to our calendar, our diary, and you can book yourself a call, just an exploratory call where you can go through with us what it is that you want to do,
and we can point you in the right direction.
And we can point you in the right direction, and that's all it's for. We've met some wonderful people doing this. Some have chosen to work with us, some have taken the inspiration they've gained from the call and go and started a business, and it's so fabulous to see them succeeding. So that's what we want for you. So thank you so much for helping us celebrate by watching this video. We hope you've taken some inspiration from it. We're looking forward to, someone said to me today, will you be doing this in 10 years time? Well, we hope we will. Who knows, we're certainly going to be doing it on some wonderful beach somewhere in the world. So thanks for watching, and we look forward to hearing from you. Bye for now.